Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to be answering your guys' Q&A questions that about 70 of you filled out in the form. We have 189 subscribers and only 7 filled out. I hope we get higher turnout next time. So let's start off with the first question. The Young Centrist asks, what are your thoughts on ranked choice voting? And for those of you who do not know what ranked choice voting is, this is what ranked choice voting is. So it's basically in like primaries, whether it's the Republican primary, the Democratic primary, and primaries in general, and it can be in certain states, not just the Republican nomination or the Democratic nomination, but in certain primaries, there can be. So ranked choice voting allows you to have options and pick more than one candidate you want to see win. Currently, you can only pick one candidate. If that candidate drops out, you can no longer pick. That was your candidate, and it's done. But with ranked choice voting, is if you, for example, if you pick Joe Biden to win the nomination, and Joe Biden dropped out, you have a second option. And if the second option drops out, you have a third option. And it keeps going, etc. And that's what I like about ranked choice voting, is because, for example, if I voted for Joe Biden or if I voted for, I would say, Kamala Harris in the Democratic nomination, and if she dropped out, I would have a second option. That means my second option would go to someone else that has not dropped out yet. But what it is currently, which is what I don't like about it, if I voted for Kamala Harris, if she were to drop out, which I cannot vote anymore, and there goes my vote. So what we have right now kind of sucks, and that's what I like about ranked choice voting. So basically, that's what my thought is about ranked choice voting, and I think every single state should have ranked choice voting. I believe Maine already has it. A few states have it, but I think every state should have ranked choice voting, and I think that's what it basically is. I mean, I get it if you truly believe what it is. Basically, now is what if you truly believe this candidate would win, that's what you would spend your one vote on. But ranked choice voting, you have a lot of votes. If one candidate drops out, you go to your second option. That's what I like about ranked choice voting. And I think every state should have that, and I think the Republican primary should have that. The Democratic primaries should have that as well. Because I don't like you losing your one vote. And that's happening right now. So basically, that's a good question. Shout out to the Young Centrist for that question. That's my thoughts on ranked choice voting. American predictions. I believe American Predictions asked me 2 questions. This is the first one he asked. He says, what are your thoughts on Kristen Sinema? So for those of you who do not know who Kristen Sinema is, she is the United States Senator of Arizona. In Arizona, she is basically the representative in Arizona. She does a major part of Arizona, and she barely got elected last time, I believe by around 2%. She is a moderate Democrat in a purple state. And so basically, what are my thoughts? What are my thoughts on Kristen Sinema? I think she is actually standing up for her party, and she's standing up for beliefs on what she thinks is right with the Democratic Party. Because as you guys all know, she is a big factor of the Senate. She is the reason why Joe Biden has been getting less things passed than what he's supposed to do or expected to do, because of Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. But right now, we're just talking about Kristen Sinema. She is basically connected with Joe Manchin. She is similar to Joe Manchin because both her and Joe Manchin are the reasons why Joe Biden is not getting certain things passed in the Senate. She has blocked some bills that Joe Biden has tried to pass. Same with Joe Manchin. And that's what it is. The Democratic Party is going against her, and they are actually pissed on her on why is she basically. They think she's abandoning the Democratic Party. I do not think that. I think she's a good example of the Democratic Party. And basically those Democrats who are mad at her for blocking Joe Biden's bills in the Senate, even though she's a Democrat, I think they should wake up. And honestly, my thoughts on Kristen Sinema, a short way to put it is, I like her. I mean, I'm not a Democrat, so it could be biased, but I'm not trying to be biased. I mean, if a Republican were to, stand up to, what they think is right, maybe blocking some bills that Trump did, then, Obviously, I wouldn't like it, but I mean that they stand up to what they believe, and that's what Kristen Sinema is doing. She's a Democrat, and she has blocked certain Joe Biden's bills, and she thinks that we should not. She thinks that the filibuster is good, while majority of her party disagrees with her. So she's basically that outlier. I would say the outlier. So a short way to put it is she's the outlier within her party. She is one of the few people that actually is going against at least a good amount of what her party believes in. Same with Joe Manchin. So that's my thoughts on Kristen Sinema. So next question. Jacob Stopper asked me a great question. Do you plan to run for office? I'm guessing in the future because obviously I'm not eligible. I believe you have to be about 35 years old at least, which is the required eligible age. So this is a tough question to answer. So the truth is, I'm not sure. I don't know. Would I like to run for president? I think it would be fun. You get to make decisions that impact the U.S. heavily, which is also tough sometimes. But I don't have an answer. To some help, then yes, I would probably. Actually, I think I would run for president. And I would probably step into a race if I think the U.S. needs help. But would I win? That I don't know. But at least running, I think, would help. It would raise my popularity, obviously. And even if I don't lose, I would be happy that my popularity goes a little bit up. Just on the debate stage, being there, at least people see my face more. I mean, it's good to run. I mean, I'll be happy if I don't win because at least I get to go on the debate stage and stay and give my opinions out to the public, and that's good. So basically, do I plan for running for office? I think in the future there will be a time where I will say yes. So that's what I think. I think as of right now, I mean those are a lot of years ahead of me to think about this. But as of right now, I think I will at some point. But as of right now, the answer is not 100% yes. But I think in the future at one point I will, just to go on the debate stage and give my opinion out, even if I lose. So that's the answer to that question. That was a great question, by the way. They didn't give me their name, so they asked who would make a good running mate for Ron DeSantis if he were to run in 2024. Well, Ron DeSantis obviously hasn't declared his run yet. Do I think he'll run? Probably not. If Donald Trump runs, I don't think he'll run. If Donald Trump runs and he runs at the same time, would I be surprised? No, not really. But he had said before that if Trump were to run, he would not run against him. Maybe he changed his opinion. Maybe not. I don't know. And also, I think Marco Rubio would be a good... So Marco Rubio and Candace Owens are both my options for Ron DeSantis. For Donald Trump, that's a whole other story. But for Ron DeSantis, both Marco Rubio and Candace Owens would make two good running mates. One of the two. Because Ron DeSantis and Marco Rubio, I think, would be a fantastic duo. They're both in the state of Florida. Marco Rubio has defeated a lot of Democratic candidates in the past in the Senate, and he's expected to win by a pretty significant margin again. I think 8%. So yeah, his seat is definitely mostly secured for the most part. So yeah, he would be strong. Him and Ron DeSantis has ties because they're from the same state. They know what's going on. They know how to do things together. In my opinion, they would get things done because they're in the same state. So they will have more connection. You know what I'm saying? So Candace Owens and Marco Rubio, top two for me. So Buckeye Politics asks, what's your favorite color? I have a lot of favorite colors. The top two, my first favorite color is blue. It's not just blue. I have a lot of favorite blue colors. This is a type of blue I like. I think this is actually my favorite blue. So, I know I said I have a lot of favorite blues, but this is my first favorite blue. So, this is my favorite color right here. Tell me if it's nice. I like, blue is kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but just blue is, just looking at it is nice. I just like blue. I don't know why. That's one type of blue I like. This is the second type of blue I like. Another blue I like is I like ocean blue. I like sky blue. I like space blue, turquoise. Wondering If blue was never a color, my second favorite color would be green. When it comes to green, I only like one type of green, and it's probably this type of green, like vine green, like a snake type of, like a vine leafy green. Kind of like this, but when it comes to blue, there's a lot of varieties of blue that I like. So that's to answer your question. Next question. American predictions. This is his second question, and I believe he only asked me 2. So his second and last question. Thank you for asking me 2 questions. He's the only person that asked me more than 1 question. He asked me for the second time, will you ever join Fox News? And this question, in my opinion, is the most important question because it is something that I have been looking into and that I'm interested in. And that's the truth. I actually am secretly interested in this question. And thank you for asking that. So, will I ever join Fox News? And short answer is, I am actually aiming towards that. I'm aiming towards working in the Fox News building in New York. And, I think it would be nice, if I were to apply to a bunch of news channels. It would not be a local news. I'm not for that. Not really interested in local news, but maybe ABC News, NBC News, CNN. For example, I'm not saying I want to go into CNN or either of those, but the main thing is Fox News. I want to be in a news channel. I want to be an anchor, not a terrible one like CNN's or any of that. I want to be with the Fox News's hosts, anchors, because I watch them, and it's fun in there. I like to be there. So yeah, short answer is I've been secretly wanting to go to Fox News. I obviously can't right now. In the future, maybe 15 years from now, 10 years from now, who knows? But yeah, my goal is actually aiming for that. So yeah, this question is, the answer to this is yes. I actually want to join Fox News. And will I ever join it? I'm not sure. So the last question, interesting one. This is a hot topic, by the way, so thanks for asking this question. I believe this is from Michael. Do you think we will have a war if Russia were to invade Ukraine? So there's a lot of pros and cons about this question, and I think there's a lot of things that makes Putin want to invade Ukraine, and there's a lot of things that makes Putin not want to invade Ukraine. One thing that makes Putin want to invade Ukraine is Joe Biden. That's the short answer. Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the United States president, and that is the biggest green light for Putin and the biggest reason to invade Ukraine. Because Joe Biden is a green light to Putin, and Joe Biden is a green light to any president, whether it's China. I mean, now you're seeing North Korea launching nuclear warheads, and you're seeing a lot of these countries showing their strength, and a lot of them that are showing their strength now never flexed it off, never flexed with Trump in office, because they knew Trump was a red light and Joe Biden's a green light. So they know Joe Biden's a weak president. Putin knows Joe Biden's a weak president. So with this question, this is one of the pros that if I think Russia will invade Ukraine. Joe Biden being president makes Putin want to invade Ukraine even more. So one other issue that I think would make Russia not want to invade Ukraine is the U.S. military, right? The U.S. military is the strongest and most powerful in the world. Russia may have more tanks than us. That does not matter. In fact, basically, we're tied in number of tanks. 6,000 are ready for deployment and are ready to be used. The rest, so the rest of the 6.5K tanks are old tanks. They are not modern. They're from like the Cold War, and most of those don't work. And the total number of tanks the U.S. has is 6,000, and every single one of those tanks are ready for deployment. So the short answer is the U.S. has 6,000 tanks. I don't want to get into this whole military comparison thing, but let's just get into a little bit of it. We're on to the strengths. So the U.S. is powerful. We have about 5,000 nuclear warheads. They have 6,000. I don't know why we have so much. Only a few would end the world. I don't know why they have like mid thousands. That's crazy. Only it takes a few of those missiles to end the world. I don't know why we have 5,000, 6,000. Russia's military is outdated. The U.S.'s military is more modern. So basically, invaded Ukraine. So Yes, I think we will have a war. Not just a war. I think World War III is a possibility because Joe Biden is the president. And if we had Trump, World War III wasn't even a discussion. No one even thought about it. But with Joe Biden being president, World War III is a discussion now. So yeah, I think we will have a war, obviously, if they invaded. We might go into World War III. That's a different story, but that's a possibility. Do I think they will invade? Honestly, I don't know. It's a 50-50 chance. If they invade, I won't be surprised. If they don't, I won't be surprised as well. They invaded them in the past, so I think they will invade. The truth is, I think they will invade. They invaded them in the past. They put up cyber attacks. They have lots of plans and techniques to have reasonings to attack Ukraine. So that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I answered most of your guys' questions. Let me know if I answered yours in the comment section below. And if I didn't, make sure to fill out the next form in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. For more Q&As, give this video